The night stretched endlessly. No one dared to sleep. The sound of footsteps had stopped, but the silence was worse, thick, heavy, and alive. Every crack of the wooden floor felt like a whisper, every gust of wind like a breath on their necks. Jake sat near the fire, clutching a flashlight that flickered like it was losing its fight against the dark. "We should leave at dawn," he muttered. Ethan nodded, his jaw tight, pretending not to be afraid, but his eyes said otherwise. Then came the thud. A deep, slow knock on the cabin door. Once, twice, then silence. Ryan reached for his camera, but the screen flashed a strange pattern of symbols, the same ones burned into the door. The battery light glowed red and died again. "What in the hell is this?" he whispered. Lara moved closer to the door, tracing the carved circle with her fingers. "I've seen this before," she said, voice trembling. "It's not a warning. It's a mark, something ancient, meant to keep something inside." Ethan grabbed her wrist. "Inside? You mean we're locked in with it?" Before anyone could speak, the cabin lights burst to life, glowing with a harsh, cold white. The windows rattled, the fire went out, and in that silence they heard it again. The slow, dragging steps coming from beneath the floorboards. Maya screamed as the floor cracked open slightly. Cold air poured through, smelling of dirt and decay. Jake aimed his flashlight, and for a split second, something moved below. Not an animal, not human, something old. "Basement!" Ethan shouted, grabbing an axe from the wall. But when they pulled the trapdoor open, it wasn't a basement. It was a staircase, spiraling down into blackness, carved in stone. Against every instinct, they descended. Ryan filmed, whispering into the lens, "If anyone finds this, don't come here." At the bottom was a massive stone chamber, lit by faint blue symbols glowing on the walls. The same circle with 3 lines through it. And in the center, a wooden coffin stood upright, chained shut, pulsing faintly with light. Lara's voice was barely a whisper. "This isn't a house, it's a seal." The chains rattled once, twice. Then they snapped. The coffin door burst open, and a wave of freezing air shot through the room. The friends screamed as the lights exploded one by one. Through the darkness, a tall shadow emerged, twisting, shifting, its face a blur of smoke and hollow eyes. Maya fell to her knees, whispering a prayer. Ethan swung the axe, but it passed through the thing like fog. Jake shouted, "Run!" and they bolted up the stairs, the shadow rising behind them, screaming like a storm. They crashed through the cabin door just as the sun began to rise. The first rays of light hit the trees, and the shadow vanished. The air grew still again. They stood in silence, trembling, covered in dust and fear. The cabin behind them began to burn on its own, flames curling up from the roof like it wanted to bury its own secrets. Ryan's camera lay in the dirt, still recording. He picked it up, pressed play, and the last frame showed them sleeping inside the cabin hours before they had even arrived. Lara whispered, "We never came here, did we?" The screen cut to black. Only the faint sound of footsteps remained.